Okay, here we are in Photoshop. Um, Actually, let me discuss the materials used first. So the diffusion fabric that I was talking about, I can do a search for diffusion fabric for photography, and a lot of options come up. Let's see images. So we have a lot of different options. Um, there was a unique idea. Where did I see it? I saw someone had a t-shirt. There we go. That's kind of cool. Look at that. Someone's just shining light through a t-shirt. So that works. Now they're shopping. Let's see what we got. So pretty cheap. Okay, $7.50 per yard. That's pretty cheap. Okay, almost 2 meters by 1.5 meters, 20 bucks. Okay, so for less than 20, for 20 bucks or less, you can get a lot of this stuff. The spring clamps I used to attach it to my ceiling are here, 20 pieces. 20 pieces for 6 bucks. Here's $1 per clamp. And the shop light, here's the shop light I used. $16 and change. So it's pretty inexpensive to do photography like this. And if you set up the light right, the paper costs a little money, but if we keep it clean, we keep that going for a long time. If we set it up right, I don't have to do much work in post, so I can do this with very little extra work. Okay, there's the image without the diffusion. So the shop light is just shining right down here, and my camera is metering in here, so it's getting a correct reading here, but everything else is falling off because it's stopped down. It's dropped the exposure down. Everything looks brighter because the light is spread out more. Let's do before, after. That's not a bad shot because we had so many other lights on in the room. But actually, that'd be a more artsy shot though. But while you can read this, this is not as appealing. It looks like it's under a single bulb. We go like this, it looks like it's in a better environment. I'll have to do a little bit of color correction. I know. Do a little bit of color correction in here and see if I were doing this for a client, I would make sure that that fold is straight so it didn't dip down in here. I would straighten these out a little bit, straighten this out. I'd probably spend at least 10 minutes making sure everything is right. But I didn't want to do that for the video demonstration. And I took an alternate version just because, well, you never know what you'll need and you never know what a potential client needs. And while you have a camera on something steady and you have lighting conditions that you like, you might as well run through a few versions. Now, speaking of a few versions, this in my mind is just, it's too flat and boring. I got something here, something here, something here. There's no real interplay between these. So I'm going to go back to the studio and move the camera around and move these around to see if I can get a much more interesting angle where maybe there's some overlap and it doesn't look like I just threw those down there for a quick demonstration.